the season opening girls hockey telecast on CCX. Tonight from St. Louis Park, it's Minneapolis making the short trip to take on Benilde-St. Margaret at the Recreation Outdoor Center here in St. Louis Park. Good evening, John Jacobson with you. Our first outdoor game here at this facility. It's been around less than 10 years. Beautiful place right outside the St. Louis Park Rec Center that we do a lot of games from. Benilde-St. Margaret's boys and girls. First time for these Benilde-St. Margaret girls playing on this surface. They haven't been played outside here at the ROC in a number of years, but what a pleasant day to do it, right? I was in the mid-50s today. Game time temperature tonight still in the mid to upper 40s, so pleasant night if you're going to be outside playing hockey. Both of these teams coming off a season opening win last week. Minneapolis with a big win over Northern Tier. That's the St. Francis, Cambridge, Isani, North Branch team. 13-1, Minneapolis won. And Benilde-St. Margaret's a 7-1 season opening win over Gentry Academy. And here again tonight for Benilde-St. Margaret's, trying to build off a 20-win season. A year ago, they were section runner-up in 6AA. Lost some very good players, but a lot of really good talent still back for Kevin Gray and his crew here that they're excited about and excited for this whole season to begin. Let's look at our key players, starting with Minneapolis. Olive Carlson, what a great season she had last year, 18 goals. Starting to get a third of that total this year. 6 goals in the season opening win last week against Northern Tier, and underclassmen, certainly a player they'll lean on tonight, trying to get the puck to the net against Benilde-St. Margaret's. And for the Red Knights, one of the top juniors in the state, Calla Hansen had 4 assists in the Red Knights win over Gentry. Coming off a terrific sophomore season, is already committed to the University of Minnesota as he's seen some national team exposure during the summer. Really, really good skater. Can put the puck in the net, but also good setting up teammates. As I mentioned, 4 assists in the Red Knights win last week. So we will start this one in a moment. First period, Minneapolis and Benilde-St. Margaret's girls hockey live next on CCX.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com, because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Minneapolis, Benilde-St. Margaret's girls hockey tonight on the CCX. John Jacobson with you at the Recreation Outdoor Center in St. Louis Park. Thanks for joining us. We kick off winter 2025-26 coverage of the year. Over 30 regular season games in basketball, hockey, wrestling, gymnastics, and the postseason will start up mid-February, and it'll be here before you know it. And a beautiful evening to have outdoor hockey. You can see this facility mostly covered, open on the sides and on the end. Game time temperature at 48 degrees, but a refrigerated ice surface, of course, so ice still in good shape tonight for this one. BSM in the cream and red, and Minneapolis in the black and silver. Starting goalie tonight for Minneapolis, Bentley Burgoon. She's a freshman making her first varsity start here tonight. And we are underway. Puck out to center ice. And carried in by the Red Knights. They'll put a shot on goal right away on the freshman who makes the save. And skated out by Minneapolis. To center ice, pushing it ahead in to the zone was Emily Hokinson down in the Red Knights end, where BSM regains control of the puck. Pass across the middle. And going down the corner there, losing the puck, and Minneapolis able to clear it back out to center. Back down BSM end, and goes far enough where it's icing. Our first stoppage of the opening period. Look at the Benilde-St. Margaret's goaltender tonight. That's Emma Maddock. Junior played in the season opener for BSM. Made 19 saves on 20 shot attempts in the win against Gentry Academy. Played some last year, wasn't the primary goaltender, but did post a 9-0 record last year as a sophomore. Minneapolis gets the puck out of their zone and dumps it down in where Benilde-St. Margaret's will turn it back to the neutral zone and shot back in by Minneapolis to the BSM end. Lost in the neutral zone, taken over by Minneapolis, shot in and then fired back out. Ella Weltson looking for the long pass and missed, trying to connect up front with Bryn Heising. Lost in front, shot, and save made. Another one here for Burgoon. Red Knights keep it in the Minneapolis end. Shot from the blue line, tipped it looked like, and Burgoon able to stay with it and makes the save and holds on. Minneapolis in their first game went with Josie Meidel, the junior, in net, and tonight it's the freshman getting a call. Burgoon making that save. Strothem winning the face-off for BSM, but Red Knights can't keep control. Minneapolis gets it out to center and shot in on net. Maddock has to make her first stop. Still down in the Red Knight zone as they try to push it up the wing, and they do out to center. Taken there by Riley McIntyre, dropping it back and then fired out to center and dumped into the Red Knight zone. Nina Madsen, the freshman, with the puck for Benilde-St. Margaret. They're get some really skilled teams, older players, but they've got a handful of really young and very talented players. A couple of 8th graders and freshmen, both playing for the Red Knights tonight. Intercepted, carried in deep, and Burgoon's got to come up with the save. Emerson Rock, the junior, carried it in all the way to the net. Dumped back behind the Minneapolis net. Red Knights will control it there. Taylor Nelson with it, back out to the blue line. Kenneth Chambliss sends it left side, up to the corner by Piper Nyberg. She's one of the 8th graders, number 7 for BSM. Back out, Chambliss, right point. Feeds it off, trying to move in was Rock from the point, had it poked off her stick, gets it back. Sends it back behind the Minneapolis net. Red Knights put it to the side of the net and then back behind the goal. Right point again to Chambliss. Looking for a tip in front. That goes wide. Still controlled by BSM. Work it back out. Gets past Nyberg and out of the zone. That allows Minneapolis to get a change here. They were in that defensive end for a long time. Trying to clear. Chambliss still on the ice for Benilde-St. Margaret's, helping to keep it in for the Red Knights along that right wing, and then finally cleared out down into the BSM end. Skated down there. And cleared back ahead by Benilde-St. Margaret's. They carry in deep, but going in. And Burgoon making the save. Another shot from the high slot. That gets blocked. Comes out right point. Weltson from there. Moving in and then having it taken off her stick. Bryn Heising with it. A good defensive play. Minneapolis gets as far as the blue line, and then a good stop there by Weltson, playing her position well and stops the puck before it can get entry into the Red Knight zone. Now they're back into the Minneapolis end. Comes back out. Weltson, right point. That gets blocked. Back out in the Minneapolis end. Good job by Elsa Johns. She's just a freshman, number 22. And chase the puck down into the Red Knight zone. Gets control of it again, getting it off. On the pass, shot from the point, and the save made. Love save by Maddock, and she hangs on. And a stoppage and a face-off on the Benilde-St. Margaret's end. Look at it, the chance a moment ago for Hansen, who skated in hard looking for her first goal of the year. Coming off a 25-goal season a year ago as a sophomore.
Shot in on net here on the Red Knights. Another save by Maddock. Puck will trickle out of the Red Knight zone, then shot back in by Minneapolis. As the Knights trying to push it out, and they do. Out it comes Grace Bendixson. Lost at the blue line. Minneapolis will get it back. Bearing in deep, and then lost the puck in the slot. It's rushed there by Emily Scott, another freshman for Minneapolis. Oh, puck came loose in front, and then cleared to the boards. Cleared out to center by the Red Knights. We got a penalty coming up on Benilde-St. Margaret's delayed penalty call. And as it gets touched, we'll get our first whistle here. And it'll be a player advantage for Minneapolis. 5:43 into the first period. Dooley's going to go off here, number 3. Going to go off here for checking or roughing. And so Minneapolis getting a power play here in the first period, our first of the night. Back behind the Red Knights net. Backhand shot from in front. Maddock makes the save. Cleared out of the zone by Taylor Nelson. Back in the neutral zone, Minneapolis setting up. They gain entry into the Benilde zone. Drop pass and then picked off by Nelson. Fires it, but not out. Shot from the high slot and saved by Maddock. Wasn't much action in her end in the first couple of minutes of play, but Minneapolis has picked it up here even before the power play and put some pressure on the junior goalie. Made all the saves so far. 1:22 left in the Minneapolis power play. Benilde got it down into the Minneapolis zone, then back out to center it comes. Weltson will dump it back in for Benilde-St. Margaret's. It'll kill off some more time. And Minneapolis will get it back at center ice. Carrying into the Benilde-St. Margaret's zone, a shot away and fired high. That was a pretty good opportunity, a pretty good look too for Sasha Grabo-Pinto, but fired it high. They regather it at center ice. Got it down into the Benilde-St. Margaret's zone. Down to 30 seconds left in the penalty time on Dooley. Now it comes to center. Race for the puck. Centering pass out in front. Oh, and a big save. Burgoon coming up big there. Minneapolis clearing it down to the BSM end. Penalty time expiring now. Red Knights back at full strength. We skate on at 0-0. Just over 9 minutes to play here in the first period. Red Knights come back. Ella Hansen got it ahead of the blue line. Renheising turning with it. Now back behind the net to Hansen. Centering it in, comes back out high. Cycle down low on the boards and then back out to the blue line. Ryan slides it across. Shot in, and Ragoon makes the save. Dana Madsen with the shot. And the freshman goalie, another stop. It's a good Minneapolis shot here. A good chance, and the puck just going high there on Grabo-Pinto, and then shorthanded at the other end, and Burgoon coming up big there. Off the face-off, it's back down to the Red Knights' end. the blue line, and now it comes to center. Emerson Rock with it. Left side pass comes back to Rock, fires a shot and missed on the near side. Minneapolis will get it back out to center. Cleared back ahead. Into the Red Knight zone. Onto the stick of Chambliss. Trying to slide through with the puck there was Abby Preston. Couldn't make it through. Minneapolis getting it back. Now they get it in. And then a good job to get the Riley McIntyre off the puck there without committing an infraction there. Now Benilde-St. Margaret will carry it into the Minneapolis zone, try to set up. To the corner, Bendixson. Around, nice Strothman. High up there. 4 players, and loosen the puck up. Finally, Minneapolis able to get it up the boards at least, but then Benilde-St. Margaret's regains control again. Passing out in front, and then it goes wide off the stick of Bendixson. Minneapolis can't clear. BSM with it, trying to carry it through and stick handle her way to the net, but unable to do so. Then a backhand try from in front. That wouldn't go. Out of action. Well, the puck time down in this Minneapolis zone, although not a lot. No shots on goal. Now Minneapolis comes out with it and then dumped into the zone there by Finley Betcher as Minneapolis goes off for a change. Hansen comes back for the puck. Gets the pass out to center. They head down all the way in on Burgoon. Trying to fire it out. Boy, almost gave it away right in front. Red Knights do keep it in, shot away, and Burgoon makes the save on Hannah Larson. The shot, Burgoon able to see it through traffic, makes the stop. Played a strong first period here. Shot from the circle, that gets blocked and bounces all the way out to center. And Benilde-St. Margaret's offside. Katie Zaronchek off. Wants to skate. We'll bring it out outside the Minneapolis zone. Welson passing it ahead. Rock got the pass and another offside. Tom Helvig, first-year head coach in Minneapolis, been with the program 3 years, but his first year as the head varsity coach. Minneapolis had 9 wins a year ago. Really likes this team. He's got some players with, much like Benilde-St. Margaret, some players with experience and some young players who are still young but have had varsity minutes. Even a year ago, or some of them 2 years ago, some juniors in their 30 years of playing varsity hockey. So a good young squad, but still some veteran presence. Players that have seen the ice before at the varsity level. Centering pass here out in front. That's just failed to connect. Benilde-St. Margaret's gets it back. The pass going behind Taylor Nelson. Up the blue line, kept in the zone there by Claire Ryan. Shot from in close and then fired wide of Burgoon, and it comes all the way back out to center ice. Bendixson circles in her own zone, gets touched there by Claire Dooley to the Minneapolis line. Now Strompman dumping it to the corner. Around the boards, BSM able to keep it in the zone, and then Minneapolis clearing it down. All the way down back behind the Minneapolis net now. We're inside of 4 minutes to go in a scoreless opening period. Chambliss got it up to center, went off the stick there of Juniper Lohamonens, and then cleared back ahead. Shot away, and a glove save made by Maddock on a good shot there by Olive Carlson. Talked about Carlson in her season opening game, 6 goals and an assist against Northern Tier after an 18-goal season as a 9th grader. Maddock another stop. A handful here in the opening period. Tie up back behind the Benilde-St. Margaret's net. Now it's Hansen getting it out to center. Play broken up there. Benilde-St. Margaret's resets in their own end and back up to Hansen. She'll chip it ahead down into the Minneapolis zone. Cleared up to center and brought ahead, and Heising got tied up and lost the puck. Minneapolis comes back now, 2-on-2. They'll just dump it in as Helen Mitchell dumped it down into the BSM end. Strong skate out of the zone. The shot gets blocked off of Piper Nyberg's stick. Minneapolis gaining control back behind their net. Get it out the center, but BSM retakes control. They'll bring it right back in. Rocek firing a shot, and that goes high and off the glass behind the Minneapolis net. Now it comes to center. Shot away. 1-4 there, but came through, and Maddock had to play it. Here comes Rock. On the right side, all the way down to the corner for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Off point, shot away, stopped by Burgoon, rebound given up. They couldn't clear it in, then the puck goes out of play. Well, some chances for Benilde-St. Margaret's, stopped by Burgoon, but also just missing on other opportunities, and puck not getting all the way through. Larson with the latest chance there for BSM. 1:54 to go in the period. BSM initially had control of the puck, and then Minneapolis gets it back. Mitchell got to the blue line, then stood up there, Carlson, and now it's brought back out by Benilde-St. Margaret's. Here they've got a 3-on-2 coming the other way. And shot on net, Burgoon with the stop. Grace Bendixson, senior captain, number 6. Benilde 20 wins, 4 losses, 3 ties a year ago. Runner-up to Edina in Section 6AA. Bendixson with the puck now off the BSM face-off win, then falls down, lost control of the puck, and Minneapolis able to clear. Comes out to center. Dooley. And lost the puck, but Bendixson had it and then fanned on it and lost the puck herself. 2-on-2. Minneapolis will push it in on the right side into the Benilde-St. Margaret zone. Scoring opportunity for them comes out in front and pops off the stick there and out of the zone. That was a chance for Johns, but unable to get a shot away. Now Benilde-St. Margaret to Tala Hansen with it deep in the Minneapolis zone. Under 45 seconds to go in the period. Centering pass gets picked off. And Minneapolis on their side of center ice. Ice is here. with 33.9 seconds to go. Just needed a couple more strides that they're going to dump that one in and avoid the ice. Now you get the Red Knights a chance in the Minneapolis defensive zone here. Possibly get a scoring chance. Heising wins the draw. Hansen with it, turns, fires, and Burgoon the save. Pretty good look for Tala Hansen, and Bentley Burgoon has been solid in net. 25 seconds to go. Another face-off win for the Red Knights. Pass goes behind to Hansen. Feeds it up to the point to Nyberg. Dumping it back behind the net. Minneapolis getting control there. They'll kill off some seconds here, trying to freeze the puck or delay Benilde-St. Margaret's along the boards there. It's good play by Minneapolis not to give it up, and that'll be the end of the first period. This was 9-0 when these teams played a year ago in the season opener. Benilde-St. Margaret's winning, but there's no score here after one period tonight. Minneapolis and Benilde-St. Margaret's 0-0. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our first intermission and more. You're watching high school girls hockey on CCX Sports.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com, because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
No score, Minneapolis and Benilde-St. Margaret's high school girls hockey tonight, Metro West Conference. And let's look at highlights from the first period here tonight at the ROC. Tala Hansen, really talented Benilde-St. Margaret's junior, getting two good scoring chances on the sequence, but both saves made by Bentley Burgoon. At the other end, shot here, good scoring chance for Sasha Grable-Pinto, but fired the shot high. She had a clean look at it. Benilde-St. Margaret's shorthanded at this point. Katie Zaracek, though, getting stopped. And at the other end, Emma Maddock is not allowed anything either. They're making the save on the shot from Olive Carlson. Each goalie been perfect so far. And we are at 0-0. Minneapolis and Benilde-St. Margaret's. We'll come back with our second period of play on CCX after this.
Thank you to our supporting sponsor, Scott's Lawn Care, serving homes and businesses of their neighbors in the Twin Cities West Metro area. Scott's Lawn Care team offers services ranking from weekly maintenance to complete redesign. Also, Scott's Lawn Care offers snow plowing services for the smallest residential lots to large commercial projects as well. Thank you, Scott's Lawn Care, for being a supporting sponsor of CCX Media.
From the beautiful Recreation Outdoor Center in St. Louis Park, ready for the second period. Minneapolis Benilde-St. Margaret's girls hockey underway here, period number 2. Both teams 1-0 on the season coming into play tonight. Minneapolis had the puck down in the BSM zone, and Red Knights work it back out, trying to get their first scoring opportunity here in the period. The right point, left point, shot away there and goes wide off the stick of Nyberg. Nyberg then keeping the puck in, cleared to the blue line, but not out. Shot gets tipped, blocked, and then back out to the right point. Chambliss dropping it back behind the net for Preston. Centering pass out in front, and Burgoon's got to cover up on it. Another save for the freshman. Line change for each team. 51 seconds here into the period. Face-off win for Hansen. Left point, dumping it down to the corner was Larson. Chip past Larson at center. Now a chance for Minneapolis. Moha Monens carried into the BSM zone, but went down a few strides in, and BSM takes control of the puck. Keeping it away there from Loha Monens down into the corner. He's got it again now on the boards, feeds it back out. Left point, pinching in there is Boys, coming in deep. Dumps it to the corner. And Benilde-St. Margaret's getting it back to the front of the net and then clearing it out to center. Katie's a hot check. Dump it into the Minneapolis zone. Centering attempt by Hansen gets picked off. Out at center, taken away there from Riley McIntyre. Benilde-St. Margaret's will skate it back in. Ronchek carries deep. Got it poked off her stick as she came toward the front of the net. On the boards toward the blue line and back out of the zone. Madsen will skate this one down for the Red Knights. Plays it up to the blue line to Claire Dooley. And then back down to the Red Knights in, where Claire Ryan's got to pick it up and reset. Missed the pass on Dooley at center ice, but they'll wave off icing. Now comes Minneapolis. That's Grabo Pinto. Had the scoring chance in the first period. Shot wide, cleared down to the Minneapolis end. They'll gain control again. Got it out to center and into the BSM zone with about 15 feet, and then the Red Knights take control. Rock will circle it back behind her net. Toward the blue line, but kept in, and they'll restart with Madsen. Freshman will bank it ahead. Rock overskated it, has to come back for it. Fanned on the attempt to dump it in. Now it's intercepted. Shot in front. Oh, Burgoon coming up with a big stop. A giveaway by Minneapolis, and maybe the best scoring chance of the night right there for the Red Knights. But again, Bentley Burgoon able to make the save. Red Knights hold the zone though. Shot in front. This one goes wide of the net. Back out to the blue line. Briefly onto the stick of Nelson. Shot by Rock. That gets blocked. Nelson back after it again. Feeds it back out. Right point. Shot. That goes wide. Nelson trying to chop it toward the front of the net. And finally Minneapolis able to get it out of the zone. As Monens cleared it to center. Back come the Red Knights again. Shot away, and Burgoon with the big glove save there on Addie Preston. Look at it again. There's that giveaway, and a really good scoring chance for Taylor Nelson. And Bentley Burgoon able to make the save. And gets another glove save here on the shot from Preston. Off the Red Knights face-off win. Madsen keeping in at the point. Clearing it down the boards, trying to get it to Zaracek. Came across in front. Minneapolis will get it back, and they'll skate it to center. Drop pass, shot away. Glove save by Maddock. Still no score, nearly 5 minutes into this second period. Face-off win for Minneapolis. Boys was trying to skate toward the net with it. Now here's a breakaway the other end for Benilde-St. Margaret's and a goal. And the Red Knights strike first. Robbinsdale able to put it away, and BSM gets on the board. Minneapolis just couldn't hold the zone there, and it quickly turned to the scoring chance the other way. Great pass by Hansen. Robbinsdale goes in and makes a good shot and scores. Second goal of the year. Hansen the assist, her fifth of the year, and 1-0. BSM with the puck in the Minneapolis zone again. Benilde-St got tied up there with Carlson and went down. Blue line shot away, gets tipped. Oh, and big save by Burgoon off the point shot from Larson that was tipped. Back down to the Red Knights end. Larson gathers it in again. Third back down deep into the BSM zone where Weltzen is after it. Up to center ice. Dooley skating with it. Dooley still with it. Into the circle, goes with it, back behind the net, feeds it back out, right point, shot from there. Burgoon able to come up with it. Dooley with it, and couldn't hang on to it, but still kept in at the blue line by the Red Knights. Takeaway, lost by Minneapolis out in the slot. Slid across, good step in move, shot away, and that one goes over the top of the net. Good pressure here on this shift by the Red Knights. Shot, Burgoon save, loose puck in front, and shot slides just wide off the stick of Preston. Finally, Minneapolis able to clear the zone. Trying to get some fresh players on, but only got one player on that change. But they get a break here as Benilde-St. Margaret's ices the puck. We'll bring it back down to the Red Knights zone. Boy, there was some heavy action around the Minneapolis net. Kevin Gray's sixth year as head coach. He likes the talent of this team. As I mentioned, lost some good players last year, but he has a good core of players that are back and some young up-and-coming players that are going to be with this program 3-4 years on varsity that are already at the high-end talent. But cleared back out to center ice. Kind of Chambliss. Trying to play it ahead for Heising. That got broken up and played by Mullins down into the BSM end. Pass comes up to center. In the neutral zone, Minneapolis will chip it ahead. Picked back off by Benilde-St. Margaret's and shut in by Nyberg. Came loose in front briefly in front of the Minneapolis net. Clear to the corner. Lost puck by Minneapolis. Now they gain control of it again and will dump it down to the BSM end. So be icing on Minneapolis. Nearing the midway point here of the hockey game. 1-0 Benilde-St. Margaret's getting a goal here in this period to take the lead. Scott centering attempt for Minneapolis. Got intercepted, and Benilde-St. Margaret's missed on the long breakout pass. And another icing here on the Red Knights. Each of these teams will play again on Saturday. Benilde-St. Margaret's home again against New Prague inside. The Saturday afternoon game. They don't play a road game until December 2nd. First 7 games for BSM all at home. Minneapolis will be back home as well at Parade Ice Garden. They'll take on St. Paul Two Rivers. Minneapolis now with it from center ice, trying to skate up the slot, and puck covered by Maddock. Minneapolis looking for a penalty there as Scott drove through all the way with it. Strong skating freshman. Got taken out of the play at minimum, obviously, as you can see, but no penalty call. We skate on here. Red Knights will get it back out to center. Here comes Rock with it. Rock puts it on net. Easy stop there for Burgoon. Minneapolis looking to clear, but they can't. Kept in the zone by Larson. Right on in front, shot gets blocked, pops over the net, and then cleared out by Minneapolis. So the icing here on them, back down to their end. 7:33 to go in the second. Face-off win for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Shot by Madsen. Down to the left boards. Gaining control of the puck there. And Minneapolis getting out to center and then down into the Benilde-St. Margaret zone. Red Knights can't quite clear. Kept in by Landers at the blue line. Play along the boards, finally puck loose and it goes back behind the net, and Minneapolis getting it back. Blue line, Landers floating it, gets deflected to the far corner. And Hansen will pick it up there for the Red Knights. Pass up to center. And at the blue line, then back down to the Benilde-St. Margaret zone. Claire Ryan after it. Feeds the pass up to Heising. Rychek coming in, a shot and a big save made by Burgoon. Now Minneapolis will come back 2-on-2. Bring it in deep on the left side, centering attempt. And broken up. We got a listen, Burgoon shaking up a little bit here. We have just the net off perhaps on her end. Look at that scoring opportunity. Burgoon able to make a nice stop on that play. A broken skate. Yep, you can see that broken skate blade. A quick repair on her to get back on the ice, back between the pipes. Our next telecast on CCX comes up next weekend. It is the annual CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. Started in the early 2000s, 4-team boys hockey tournament. Often Thanksgiving weekend, but this year, or the way Thanksgiving falls, the Friday and Saturday before Thanksgiving at the Plymouth Ice Center. 4 games over 2 days, and a terrific tournament as always. We had 4 top 10 teams: Wayzata, Edina, Moorhead, and Maple Grove. First game at 5 p.m. on Friday. Games at 5 and 7:30 on Friday, and 2:30 and 5 o'clock on Saturday. That is November 21st and 22nd. All those games live on CCX. And the opening weekend for boys hockey. They've started practice. Looks like you got the skate repair made on Bentley Burgoon. She's back between the pipes. She's ready to go. Oh, the face-off outside the Red Knight zone. Minneapolis gaining control and in the zone. Shot from near the boards. Topped out in front of him. That went off the piper. Popped up high on Maddox. Got enough of it and keeps it out of the net. Cleared by Minneapolis back into the BSM zone. Chambliss, another of the young players. McKenna Chambliss, just a freshman, gets the puck. Out to center it comes. Shot away, and Burgoon loves the high shot there. Ellen Rexted, a freshman, on that rush. Minneapolis controls the draw. Out they skate to center. Shoot it down. Maddox will cover on this one. Red Knights win the face-off. Cleared, but not out. From the blue line, just went wide. Whistled off the stick of Kaya Boys. Benilde-St. Margaret quickly flips it back to the other end. Minneapolis will get it back. And then out to center. Taken back by Benilde-St. Margaret. Shot in a long distance by Hannah Larson. Save made by Burgoon. Out to the right point. Pass along the boards. Cleared down to the circle and then back behind the net. The pass intercepted here as BSM holds the zone. Right-check in with it. Shot away, and Burgoon the save. .4:11 to go here in the second period. So 1-0 Red Knights. Face-off win for Minneapolis. They get it out to center. Centering attempt, broken up, comes all the way back down to the Red Knights' end. Maddox will leave it there. And skated up the wing. Benilde-St. Margaret's Ryan had it. Now in deep, Hansen getting the shot away. Cleared back out, and Ryan will skate it down. She'll flip it up and trying to get it into the Minneapolis zone, but it popped up on top of the dasher on the Red Knights bench, and the faceoff will come back out at center ice. Face-off win for BSM. Henriksen trying to center it in front. That got blocked. Minneapolis played well defensively tonight. Not just their goaltending by Burgoon, but they've not allowed Benilde-St. Margaret's a ton of scoring chances tonight. Red Knights, though, have had a lot of puck possession to get a shot on net, and Burgoon making the stop on Bendixson. Nyberg going after it in the corner, gets it back out, or Nyberg from the blue line, rather. Missed on that shot. Controlled by Strothman in the corner, back out right point, and it's up into the bench area. Shot this time by Minneapolis, though, and the faceoff will come to the left of Bentley Burgoon. Larson shot away, gets blocked, comes back behind the Minneapolis net, and they'll skate it up to center. Pops off the stick there of Loha Monens, brought back ahead by Minneapolis, or Benilde into the Minneapolis zone. Loha Monens gets bumped off the puck as she had it briefly in the neutral zone, and fired back in by Hannah Larson. 2 minutes to play in the second period. Giveaway by Minneapolis, shot away and fired high on the scoring chance there from Preston. Out to center it goes. Ising. Now it's Chambliss. All the way to the net. And Burgoon comes after the save. A pile up of players. And the puck under there somewhere and not in the net, it appears. Look at it again. Strong rush with the puck by McKenna Chambliss right to the net. Bentley Burgoon holds her ground with some help and keeps that puck out. Minute 30 to play in the period. Out it comes to center. Back out, well, left point, and puck pops past there, and Madsen has to regather for BSM with under a minute to go in the period. Madsen from center. The line, it would have been offside, and so she pulled it back out so her teammates can get back on. Rychek fires a shot, save made, big rebound given up, but unable to get a shot away was Heising. Left point, shot there from Hansen. Burgoon the save, loose puck in front. Shot away, and a big save by Burgoon there on Tala Hansen. Left point try there from Madsen. Stop made. Buzzing around that Minneapolis net. Hansen with it again. Tala Hansen skates in, trying to slide the pass across, and missed on it. Hansen one more time. Time running out in the period, puts it out in front. Rychek got turned around, and the period comes to an end. Whee. Red Knights all around the net, but unable to put anything more past Benilde-Burgoon. Good second period of play. BSM gets the only goal, and they lead it 1-0. We'll have highlights from the second period and more girls hockey action coming from St. Louis Park. 1-0 BSM leads Minneapolis on CCX.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com, because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
From the Recreation Outdoor Center at St. Louis Park, the St. Louis Park Rec Center, indoors next door, outdoors here tonight. And a beautiful Thursday night, Benilde-St. Margaret's girls hockey leading at Minneapolis 1-0 after 2. John Jacobson back with you on CCX. Scoreless first period as we take a look at highlights here in the second period. Benilde-St. Margaret's really getting in some good scoring chances. Minneapolis with a giveaway here, but Benilde-Burgoon making the stop, keeps it 0-0. But then Benilde-St. Margaret's 5 minutes in, great breakout pass, Tala Hansen to Katie Zakrychek, and Zakrychek scoring to make it 1-0 BSM. And the Burgoon continuing to make save after save for Minneapolis. Minneapolis didn't get a lot of scoring chances of their own, although got one here. Emily Scott skating all the way in deep and got the puck off as she was being brought down on that play, but nothing getting by Emma Maddock. Got a couple of saves, but didn't have as much action in that as she had in the first period. Again, most of the play was at the other end, where number 30, Burgoon, was making save after save on the Red Knights. Good scoring chance there and able to cover up. But then the last couple of minutes, really, it was just wave after wave of BSM, at least scoring chances, puck all around the net, but not able to get anything more past Burgoon and in. Hansen here trying to put it out in front and put it in. That got stopped. Another shot away there that got blocked on the attempt from Madsen. Hansen again fired that one wide and gained control, and she was just all over puck there late in that period, trying to set up Zakrychek there, and then a good scoring chance and another save by Burgoon. It remained 1-0. They get the one goal 5 minutes into the period, and that is it. We'll go to the third period. Red Knights 1, Minneapolis 0. More girls hockey on CCX after this.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Underway here in the third period on CCX Minneapolis. Benilde-St. Margaret's 1-0 Red Knights on a second period goal from Katie Zakrychek. Face-off coming back to the BSM zone. Carlson winning the faceoff, chipped it back out, and then it came outside, and then shot back in on offside by Benilde-St. Margaret's. Rock and Carlson again on the face-off. This time won by Rock, cleared up to center. And onto the BSM blue line. Carlson lost it there. Chipped ahead. Chambliss on it into the Minneapolis zone. And they'll get it back out. Cleared ahead, and then Hokanson dumped it in for Minneapolis. Back come the Red Knights. Long stretch pass intended there for deep down for Nelson. He goes after the puck and then missed, trying to get the drop pass back to Claire Ryan. And now Benilde-St. Margaret's comes in offside. Mitchell and Heising on the face-off. Nope. That could be Hansen on the face-off for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Red Knights do control. And offside again, BSM. Minneapolis will get it. Johns shot in on long, shot in on Maddock. And the save made. The Knights will bring it out. Here comes Hansen, shot away. It's shoveled by Burgoon back behind the net. Giveaway. The Krychek good out in front, and it's in. Hansen was there and puts it in for her first goal of the season. And it's 2-0. Hansen, her first of the season. Krychek will get an assist. And it's 2-0. 2:02, the time of the goal here in the second period. Minneapolis trying to counter now. Emily Scott brought it in, shot it wide. Bryn Heising also getting an assist along with the Krychek on the Hansen goal. Hansen last year, 25 goals on the season for the Red Knights. Shot here, gets stopped on the attempt from Brumbaugh. Back out, blue line. Johns keeps it in. Red Knights still get it back. They'll clear it, and it looks like it's going to be icing on the Red Knights. So a little breathing room for BSM with that goal from Hansen, putting them up 2-0. Shot in deep is a good run with the puck there by Taylor Nelson. Got it in. And the stop made by Burgoon. Dumped in from the blue line by Preston. Minneapolis getting it back, trying to clear the zone. Haven't yet. Chambliss keeping it in for the Red Knights, and then shot back out to center. Puck chopped in the air and down into the BSM zone. And they'll skate it up now with Piper Nyberg. Nyberg turns, fires, and just wide. Rock doing a good job keeping the puck in on that right side. Now it goes back to the left corner. To Krychek, firing it back out, left point. And then a giveaway by BSM. Minneapolis will skate it out to center. Down the right side comes Carlson. Well defended though, and now to break out the other way for BSM. 3-on-1. Shot away, and Burgoon the save. Makes the stop on Bryn Heising. Heising had Hansen and Zakrychek there, puts the shot on that, and Burgoon the save. Face-off win for the Red Knights. Hansen a shot away, Burgoon a big stop. Zakrychek getting it back out to the blue line. Slide at right point, shot away, and that one gets deflected just wide off the stick of Ryan. Centering attempt picked off. Banked out into the down to the BSM zone. No icing here. Skated down by Ryan. She'll push the temple coming up the left side. Ryan still with it. Good rush by her, and then a good takeaway by Minneapolis there, and they're able to clear it up to center ice. Taken right back by Zakrychek. She'll skate it in left side. Katie Zakrychek, already a goal and an assist for her tonight. Centering attempt gets blocked, comes back out. Right point, kept in there by Wilson. Finds the pass off, left circle. That goes just behind the net. Trying to skate after it there is Strothman for BSM. Minneapolis having some trouble getting it out of their own zone here. Now they do, and they'll ice it. Good pressure by Benilde-St. Margaret's here in the opening 6 minutes of the second period. Off the face-off in the Minneapolis zone. Now it comes to center. The blue line pokes back ahead into the Red Knight zone. Cleared up the left side. BSM a little caught up in their own end now. Larson turns, fires it down. Race for the puck. Rock trying to get there first, but cut off by Nora Landers. Here comes Minneapolis to center. Carlson with the puck. Trying to skate through the Red Knights defense and can't. Well defended by BSM. Chambliss among those standing her up along with Nyberg, who gets the puck rush here. Nyberg centering pass in front. Trying to jam at it from the side there. Off the pass and comes back out. Nyberg can't push it through. Minneapolis with a takeaway. Back they come the other way. A 2-on-1. Shot away, and it's fired high. And up and out of play. Chambliss was back there defensively and helped to break up that scoring chance from Scott. And just got over there in time and deflects it up and out of play. Emily Scott, a freshman, had a couple of scoring chances here tonight, but nothing in the net. Minneapolis wins the draw here. Shot away, goes wide of the net. Turning, firing. Betcher, that goes wide. And BSM they're going to regain control of the puck in their own zone. Chip it up to the blue line. Out it comes. Minneapolis skating it down. Now they get the line change. Fired toward the front of the net by Kendall McIntyre, but blocked there. And brought out to center. Johns will dump it down in deep for Minneapolis. Benilde-St. Margaret's gets it back. Puck comes out to center. Pass got caught briefly in the skates there. Madsen able to give it up, and Ryan cleared it out to center. Minneapolis can't clear. Takeaway briefly, at least, for BSM. Now they do have control of the puck in the Minneapolis zone. Comes back out to the blue line. Right side. Lynn's shot away. Saved by Burgoon. Oh, Weltson putting it in on net on that try. Has it again. Beats it up on the pass. Cleared by Minneapolis down. Icing on them. This Minneapolis program celebrated its 30th year of play last year. Girls hockey, 94-95 was their first season. Co-op made up of a dozen schools. Most of the players from either Minneapolis Washburn or Minneapolis Southwest, but a handful of other players from other Minneapolis schools making up this co-op. BSM getting it back after Minneapolis looked to clear their own end. Couldn't do anything with it, and back they come. Wilkinson got it deep. Now it's McIntyre. Oh, what a stop by Maddock. Making the saves. Emily Scott was there looking for the tip in front. And the better scoring chances for Minneapolis. But Maddock, who's given up just one goal so far in 6 periods of hockey this season, keeps it a 2-0 lead for BSM. They got as far as the Minneapolis line, and we're going to have a penalty coming up here. This is the second penalty of the night. It's going to give Minneapolis a power play as Bendixson's going to go off. Right there. Go off for checking here at 9:19. And just 2 penalties total in the game, both on the Red Knights. Lane face-off win for Minneapolis. Shot gets blocked. Trying to come through, and a good pick-off. And be able to skate out of the zone. There was Nyberg. Here comes Nyberg in alone. A shot. Oh, and just fired it high. That was a great defensive play by Nyberg, and then gets a good scoring chance at the other end, shorthanded. Minneapolis comes back. Back out, high slot, shot away. High glove save there by Emma Maddock. The play again here from the 8th grader. Piper Nyberg makes the stop defensively. Gets out and then just couldn't put it in past Bentley Burgoon, who's been very good between the pipes tonight for Minneapolis. Another giveaway by Minneapolis here on the power play. The pass picked off by Taylor Nelson, trying to skate after it deep. Another check there. Minneapolis fans wanted a penalty. None coming. They'll carry on here. It's brought into the zone by Mitchell. Cleared back out by Benilde-St. Margaret's. Minute to go in the power play for Minneapolis. Under 6 minutes to go in the hockey game. Takeaway by Hansen, forechecking shorthanded there. He's down deep there with Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek will get it. We'll get it back to Ryan, back behind the net. Hansen with it, left boards. Leads it back out, Ryan, right point. Tella Hansen. Still with it, put it out in front, picked off there, but it comes right back out to the blue line. Now to center ice. Hansen with it, trying to shovel ahead. Zakrajcek with it. She comes in alone, passes across to Hansen on a big save by Burgoon, who throws it back out front, and Burgoon puts that one away. Left circle shot. That gets blocked by Burgoon and flipped by Minneapolis out of the zone. Benilde-St. Margaret's back at full strength. A couple more big saves by Bentley Burgoon, turning away the Red Knights on grade A chances. But BSM successfully able to kill off that power play, and that's the big thing for them here. Late in the game as we get down to 4 minutes to play. To the blue line to center. Centering pass out in front. Oh, and that one just goes wide. Centering attempt again. That one got picked off by Weltson. Zakrajcek comes in. Shot her wide of the Minneapolis net. And up they come. John's pass and then dumped in from center by Carlson. Maddock decides to hang on. That last scoring try. Oh, and Burgoon coming up big on the great pass from Zakrajcek to Tella Hansen. Keeps it out of the net though. 3:15 to go. Out to center comes BSM. Good check away there by Minneapolis. And back they come the other way. 2-on-2, drop pass gets broken up. Another shot, a shot away though. The puck came back to the right side, and Maddock making the save. Mitchell, good shot away from in tight, and Emma Maddock to stop. Started with a good takeaway on the other end, and Maddock able to come up with the save on Mitchell. Metcher can't keep it in at the blue line. Nyberg lost it. It comes to the left of the goal. Chambliss will get there first for BSM. Stumped out to center. Take away. 2-on-1 Trans. Bendixson shot. And that got steered away to the corner. Tie up there, 4 players involved. Finally freed up by Benilde-St. Margaret's and poked just wide of the net. Now it comes to center. Shot goes wide. And Benilde-St. Margaret's gets it back. Giveaway to Carlson. Carlson with it again for Minneapolis. Inside. Still with it. Shot away. Goes wide. Carlson going after it again. Feeds it back out. Shot chopped toward the net there by Kendall McIntyre, and Maddock covers up. Well, Carlson had a lot of puck time on that possession for Minneapolis. Down to 92 seconds to go. Minneapolis will use its timeout. Minor again next weekend. Turkey Trot Boys Hockey, November 21st and 22nd. 5 and 7:30 p.m. games. Boys Hockey from Plymouth Ice Center on that Friday, and 2:30 and 5 on Saturday. Wayzata, Edina, Maple Grove, and Moorhead. Now, Benilde-St. Margaret's up 2, but Kevin Gray would like to keep it at 2, and diagramming what he wants to see defensively from his team, trying to hold off this last rush from Minneapolis. Minneapolis getting a rest too during this break for their top forwards, getting them a chance to get back on the ice, more ice time. Scott, Carlson among them. Whistle is blown. Neither team anxious to break their little huddle and get a few more seconds in with their respective coaches. First whistle usually does it. This time it took 3 whistles. Minneapolis still hasn't left the bench. There they go. Coming back down to the Benilde-St. Margaret zone. Burgoon comes out, so 6 skaters on. An empty net here for Minneapolis with 1:32 seconds to go on the face-off in the BSM zone. Scott wins it off the face-off win by Carlson. Centered out in front of the net. Picked up again by Carlson. Feeds it back out to the point. Maddock got a piece of it on a high shot from the point. It's back out there. Minneapolis with good puck control here. From the slot, Carlson with it. Drops it back out. Shot there. Maddock makes a big save. Good shot from Sasha Grabo-Pinto, and again the save for Emma Maddock. We're under a minute to play. Comes Carlson again. Dropping it back to Grabo-Pinto. Carlson moves in. Shot trying to beat Maddock on the short side, but she's able to make the save. Turning and firing. That one went just wide. Finally cleared out of the zone. .22 seconds left. Back out to center ice. Last rush perhaps from Minneapolis, put out in front, loose puck. It's cleared back behind the net. Hansen with it for Benilde-St. Margaret, so bank it out to center. Under 10 seconds to go. Comes to Graybo Pinto. She'll skate it in deep, trying to get one last shot away, passes it out in front. A whistle, and that's going to be it. I don't know if there perhaps a whistle before we hit triple zeros, but we didn't. That was it. And Benilde-St. Margaret's, it's a period, a goal in the second and a goal in the third period. Katie Sakrychek in the second period and Tala Hansen in the third. And that was it. Both goalies playing very well tonight. Emma Maddock posting a shutout for BSM, but Bentley Burgoon, the freshman in her first varsity start, more than holding her own through the 51 minutes of play tonight. Benilde-St. Margaret's with the win, goes to 2-0 on the season. Minneapolis drops to 1-1. That will do it for our coverage tonight from the Recreation Outdoor Center in St. Louis Park. For all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Enjoy your weekend. BSM wins it over Minneapolis 2-0, our final.